Presidents of the United States of America were either born into affluence or acquired it throughout the rise to their presidency. With that level of wealth, presidents typically own some of the most stunning and coveted properties in the world. Let's take a look at how the former presidents spend their millions. You'll be amazed, so stay tuned. 1. Jimmy Carter. Carter, who served as the nation's 39th president and the oldest living former president in history of the United States, lives a life that is quite typical and economical. In contrast to many other former presidents, Jimmy Carter chose not to give high-paying speeches or accept invitations to serve on corporate boards after leaving the White House. Instead, he settled in Plains, Georgia, where he led a simpler life. Carter is the only president in the modern period to return full-time to the house he lived in before entering politics, a two-bedroom rancher valued at just $167,000, which is less than the value of the armored Secret Service cars parked outside. However, he has increased his riches after leaving office through book deals and the pension of more than $200,000 per year given to all former presidents. One of Carter's other economical tendencies is spending weekends eating with the neighbors, using paper plates, and drinking wine. Additionally, it's said that he and his wife Rosalind manufacture their own yogurt at home. Also, Carter is frequently seen flying on commercial airlines and shopping for clothes at the Dollar General near his home. He's a highly well-known volunteer with Habitat for Humanity, an organization that constructs homes for economically disadvantaged people. Carter can be seen hammering nails and painting walls, while other former presidents use their reputations to give speeches and generate money for charitable causes. 2. Bill Clinton. When Bill Clinton and his wife Hillary left the White House together on January 20, 2001, it marked the end of Bill Clinton's 2 terms as president. During those terms, he avoided impeachment and led the country through the longest period of economic growth. The couple decided to make their new home in the Dutch colonial farmhouse in Chappaqua, New York, which they had acquired in 1999 for a total price of $1.7 million. The rustic clapboard house was built in 1889 and features 3 stories with 5 bedrooms and 4 baths. In addition, there's a swimming pool tucked away on the grounds and a barn that has been converted into a structure that houses the previous president's and First Lady's security team from the Secret Service. In 2004, the Clintons gave Oprah a tour of their 5,300 square foot farmhouse as a special favor for her. This living area features windows that look out into the yard and is elegantly furnished. The flowered sofa contrasts with the checkered and plain armchairs positioned around a coffee table topped with books and decorative items. There's a well-stocked library in the house, just like there should be in any respectable former president's residence. The Clintons now own what may be considered something of a compound after purchasing the 3-bedroom property next door in 2016 for a price of $1.2 million. A fire broke out at the estate in January of 2018. However, it did not cause significant damage to the property. 3. George W. Bush. When George W. Bush took office, he already had a significant fortune. According to Fox Business, he earned millions of dollars as the founder and CEO of an oil and gas exploration company and a part owner of the Texas Rangers, which compete in Major League Baseball. After his term as president ended, he continued to amass fortune through book agreements and payments for public speaking engagements. At that time, he transitioned back into private life by becoming active in his local church and serving on the board of directors of a nearby hospital. In collaboration with Bill Clinton, he established his presidential library and museum and raised money for disaster relief in Asia. Additionally, he was active in the political campaigns of his sons, George W. Bush and Jeb Bush. The former leader of the free world and First Lady Laura bought a mansion in Preston Hollow, Dallas, with 4 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. But they decided to move to their weekend and summer home, Prairie Chapel Ranch in rural McLennan County, Texas, instead of living in the mansion they had purchased. The couple recruited Austin architect David Heyman to design their dreams eco-friendly single-level ranch house. They purchased the 1,583-acre site in 1999 for an estimated $1.3 million. They decided on a simplistic layout for the modern home, which includes 3 bedrooms, a generous amount of open-plan living space, and a swimming pool that the former president affectionately calls the whining pool. This pool was installed after his daughters persuaded him to build one for them on multiple occasions. In addition, there's a greenhouse on the property, as well as an 11-acre fishing pond. Do you want to know more about the luxury lifestyle of wealthy individuals? Then all you have to do is click on the subscribe button. Let's move on. 4. Barack Obama. Barack Obama has enjoyed a luxurious life since leaving office. According to Newsweek, he negotiated book deals worth $65 million and commands speaking fees of $400,000. Also, he and his wife Michelle struck a production contract with Netflix in 2018 for an undisclosed amount. After leaving office, Barack Obama is the first former president in almost a century to continue living in Washington, D.C. He and the rest of his family stayed in the community so that his youngest daughter, Sasha, could complete her senior year of high school. They moved into a rented home that was 8,200 square feet in size and was located in the cool neighborhood of Kalorama in Washington, D.C. The brick mansion with 8 bedrooms, 9.5 bathrooms, and a turret designed in the medieval style was a huge hit for the family, to the point that they made the decision not long after they moved in to buy it outright from the owners, who were Bill Clinton's one-time White House press secretary Joe Lockhart and his wife Giovanna. The mansion cost the Obamas a total of $8.1 million. The Obamas made minor modifications to the property, including installing an in-ground pool. However, the property's overall appearance remained the same as when they had bought the property. Since leaving office in 2017, the 44th President of the United States and his wife Michelle have added another piece of real estate to their portfolio. This time, it's a vacation home on Martha's Vineyard that they purchased in December for a reported price of $11.8 million. They also kept their property in Chicago, which is located in the historical Hyde Park district. He purchased this home for $1.65 million, which is $300,000 less than what it was listed for. It sits on a property that is 1/4 of an acre in size, is 6,199 square feet in size, and has 7 bathrooms. The home has a fireplace, central air conditioning, and a separate garage. 5. Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the first president to be a billionaire, and he continues to be the only billionaire who has ever held any office in the United States. As it has been in the past, most of his wealth is concentrated in his portfolio of New York City real estate, but he also makes a significant amount of money from his vineyard, golf courses, and global branding and licensing enterprise. Before moving into the White House, Donald Trump and his family resided in a 3-story penthouse in Trump Tower in Manhattan. When Donald Trump left office in January, he moved to his opulent Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, the so-called Winter White House. He did not return to his gilded penthouse apartment in Manhattan or his country pile in upstate New York. Instead, he chose to reside in the so-called Winter White House. Trump declared in 2014 that the 128-room mansion built in 1927 by Surreal Harris Marjorie Merriweather Post is the grand estate of Palm Beach. In 1985, Trump paid $5 million for a property that included 17 acres. 10 years later, he transformed it into a private club by erecting a 20,000-square-foot ballroom that was furnished with golf clubs worth $7 million and spending $100,000 on 4 gold-plated sinks. In addition to his property in Mar-a-Lago, the former president of the United States owns 3 other residences in Palm Beach valued at $25 million. Another property Trump spent millions on is the 7 Springs near Bedford, New York. 7 Springs is one of the most under-the-radar houses that Trump owns. It contains a total of 60 rooms, 15 of which are bedrooms, a bowling alley, and 3 swimming pools. He paid $7.5 million for the property in 1996, intending to turn it into a golf course. Nonetheless, it has continued to be used as a private residence until today. The value of the property as it stands today is $24 million. Before he had access to Air Force One, President Trump traveled from campaign visit to campaign stop on his $100 million Boeing 757, which included gold seatbelts. He also spent his money on a fleet of luxury vehicles, such as a Lamborghini Diablo in electric blue from 1997, a Rolls-Royce, and a Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. There you have it, how former US presidents spend their millions. Watch our next videos on the channel.